Ginger, I was cleaning my desk, which is a rare thing these days, and I came across this Visions magazine, and look what's inside it.
Oh my gosh. This was one of my favorite jobs ever. I think this was the first time, I know it was the first time that we ever did this soft cornice swag combination, because we just kind of wanted something different, and I was so tired of like doing swags.
Well, you know, I pulled out my old work order when I found this, because I thought, that is so beautiful.
It is.
But I know that was like childbirth.
Right.
It's beautiful now, but it's wonderful. It was hard when I was doing it.
Gosh, I can't believe that you still have all of these drawings from this job. This just makes me remember that when we did this, every single one of those windows was a different size.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
And we had to figure out exactly where to make those fall so that everything would be consistent, but you actually had to make the sections all different. How confusing. But you know, you really don't pick up on that when you see it, do you? When it's all together.
You did a great job of selecting the fabric for me, because I didn't have a motif to center. I didn't have anything that was going to interfere with my ability to get it to look just right. So I appreciated that.
Really, my thinking and design there was that we wanted the medallions to really stand out.
Would you do that again?
I would. I really like that treatment, and I love that combo swag with the soft cornice. I think that it gives people the illusion of having a little bit of softness in a swag without doing the traditional swag that we're all so tired of. But I love the way that you inserted the strip in the center of the
red silk. Yeah.
And then we carried that same thing over to the dining room, which really, since that was just a regular rectangular window, it really made all the difference in the world. Having that contrast red in there, it just really made it pop.
Yep. I'm a wholesale workroom, and she is the designer.
So I sell retail to the client.
So we're separate businesses, but we consider ourselves partners.
This was actually one of the first, if not the first job where after we had the conversation about adding in 10%. And we'll tell you this story because Donna sometimes looks at my work and likes to add little embellishments, little micro cords and things, and typically she always talks to me about it, but typically when she makes the suggestion, I agree, and then I can't get it out of my mind that I want this extra micro cord or whatever it may be. So she did that for me on a job shortly before this job, and then when I got the extra added price, I looked at the bill and thought, oh my gosh, this was like a really big cut into my profit. She came up with a wonderful idea. Remember, you called me and you said, Ginger, why don't you just add 5% to every order, and then whatever little extras we want to do will be covered. Do you remember making that phone call?
I do. I remember thinking, okay, I could be defensive about this, and just kind of go, whoa, she doesn't think I'm worth it? But I decided no. I'd go back through about 6 months of her invoices and figure out how much more it would cost to add a chain weight microcord or to add another embellishment to it, to just give it that step above. And I came up with 5% across the board. If she just added 5% to the bottom line, that would pretty much cover anything that I could dream up. Well, maybe not anything, but pretty much anything I could dream up. And then she wouldn't be surprised. So tell me what you ended up doing.
And then this job comes along, and I'm very familiar with this client because I have done work before. I know they expect the utmost. So I actually added 10% to the price of the job, and I feel like I did really well on this job because of doing that, and it kind of built my confidence to be able to do that. Because really when you think about it, that extra percentage that's going to give you the leeway to add extra things in the end, is that really going to mean that you don't get the job or you do get the job? Probably not. So this was a very large job, and I feel like we did absolutely wonderful, all because you suggested that to me.
Yeah.
And I never ever would have had the confidence, I don't think, to actually add that extra dollar figure on.
Yeah.
But yes, this worked out really, really good. And then, of course, we entered it in the contest, which was really kind of fun, to be able to do that and see yourself get published.
it.